Hello friends, welcome back. In this tutorial, we are going to learn about how to integrate fingerprint authentication in our own Android application. Nowadays, if you can see, most of the applications are now using this fingerprint authentication in order to provide easy access to their users. So it would be great if you can integrate this feature in our own Android application as well. And it's quite easy. So let's see how it works. So here I'm in an empty Android project. So here I have just made a few adjustments. So here instead of hello world text view, I have converted this same thing into the button and added a text as a authenticate, so that when we will click on this authenticate button, then the authentication process will start. And here in the main activity, I have just set an on click listener on this button. So that's the thing I have done. And the first thing we need to do is adding a dependency. So just double click on your build.gradle, and you need to add this dependency. You can find this dependency in the description itself, and you can just add and sync your project, and your project will now ready to use this biometric authentication. So first of all, we need three things. All the three properties will declare first as a let init. So first one is a biometric prompt. Second one is a biometric prompt info. Third one is a executor. So I just wanted to highlight here, when you are importing this biometric prompt for the first time, Android Studio might give you a suggestion. There are two classes. So first one you can find from androidx.biometric prompt, or second one you can find from some androids.hardware.something. So you don't want to we don't want to include that. We want from the androidx. So make sure you will import this one. So let us initialize those one by one. Let's first initialize an executor equal to context compat dot get main executor, and we'll just pass this context as a this. Next, we'll initialize biometric prompt equal to biometric prompt. So this requires several parameters. First one is an activity, so I'll just pass this here. Second one, it requires an executor, so I'll pass the executor. Third one, it requires a callback. It gives us a callback of biometric prompt dot authentication callback. So we need to implement was anonymous object here of type authentication callback. So biometric prompt dot authentication callback, and we need to implement few methods of it, that is a callbacks. So I'll just right click on this one, click on generate override methods, then I'll override all these three methods of this class here. So if you can see, there are three methods: on authentication error, on authentication succeeded, and on authentication failed. So whenever the process is started and the process is completed, then we get the result in form of these three callbacks. So if you can see, if the authentication is successful, then we can write further code here, and we'll get a callback here. So and here authentication error and authentication failed, these are two different things. So authentication failed means that authentication is failed for one or another reason. Either the fingerprint is different or something other issue is there. So that if that is the case, then we will receive callback here. And on authentication error, if there is some error in the authentication, like if the device doesn't support authentication feature, or if the device don't have any fingerprints added by the user, so in this case the control will come here, we'll hear this callback, and we'll get this error code and error string, which will give us a idea about what went wrong. So these are the callbacks. So we'll just write a toast message here in order to understand better and for simplicity. So I'll just pass this, and in the text here I'll just write authentication successful. Okay. Now I'll just copy this toast, paste it here. Here I'll write authentication failed, and I'll just write this toast here as well. And instead of this hardcore text, I will just directly use this error string which is returned by the callback, so that we can actually see what went wrong. So now two things are done, and third one, we need to initialize this prompt info. So let's write prompt info equal to prompt info dot builder dot set title. We can set any title, title, subtitle for this, for the authentication window. So for this we'll write just Technopoints authentication dot set subtitle. We can set subtitle as well. So let's write please authenticate using your fingerprint. Okay, and third one, we can just write a set negative button text. If the user don't want to proceed with the authentication and wants to cancel, we can just write this button as a cancel, and we can just build this prompt info. So we have all the objects now initialized. Now we only need to write a one line here, biometric prompt dot authenticate, and here we need to pass a prompt info. So that's it. That's only thing we need to do. And now let's run this application on our emulator and let's see how it works. Now our application is running on the emulator, and I'll just click on this authenticate, and we are getting the toast message that no fingerprints enrolled. So this toast message we are getting from here on authentication error. So in this device, as it is an emulator, there are no already fingerprints added in this device. That's why the callback is coming here, and we are getting the error string as an no authentication, no fingerprints enrolled. Now what I'll do, I'll add a fingerprint, virtual fingerprint to this emulator, and we'll test again. So let me go to the settings. Here, security and pixel imprint, and I'll just add it here. Now in order to touch the fingerprint, I need to open this panel and touch the sensor here. Yes, now fingerprint has been added. Now I'll click on this done. So finger 1 has been added here. Now I'll go to the application again. Let's run our application again, and this time I'll just click on this authenticate. So this dialog box comes here, and I'll again open that dialog. I click on, I'll touch the sensor with this fingerprint one. So this is the correct fingerprint. I click here, and it is here. We are getting authentication successful message. Now in order to simulate the wrong finger, I'll just click on this authenticate, and this time I'll choose another finger, and I'll just touch the sensor. Here it is show not recognized, and here if I just click it on multiple times with wrong finger, then it will show too many attempts, use screen lock, and authentication failed message will come here. So this time we might need to kill the application and then restart it in order to, before trying again. And let's also check a case of sorry, I think I didn't kill the application. Yes, let's run again. I'll just click on this authenticate. Now this dialog box came, and I just click on cancel, and we'll get a callback that it will show as a cancel. So this is how we can include fingerprint in our own Android application. So this is how we can integrate fingerprint authentication in our own Android application. I hope that is very clear to you. If you have some doubts, you can put your questions in the comment box below. I will try my best to answer those. If you like this video, then please click on like, share with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel so that you will be stay updated whenever such a new amazing video is published. We will meet in the next tutorial with some other interesting topic. Till then, goodbye, happy coding.